You know what games I've never gotten into?
Project Gotham Racing.
Exactly. But the Jak and Daxter games,
Okay.
always heard people freak out about those. And
Yeah.
it's another one of those PlayStation franchises, but I don't know, something... I just never felt like they were on the same caliber as like a Ratchet and Clank.
I don't think they are.
Or, you know, other PS2 franchise here.
Kill that man.
I think he disappeared.
Kill him.
Oh my gosh. You suck. You suck, Purple Man.
He's running a serpentine on you.
Is that what he's doing? Or
Kill
do they
him.
just disappear?
Kill him.
These guys suck.
Yeah.
Okay, he's dead.
Like, Jak 1 is fine.
Yeah, I like Jak 1 more than I like Jak 2 because it's just a collectathon thing. And then I was
Yeah.
like, okay, that's good enough.
Jak 2 is not my type of game. I don't know.
Yeah, I
think
wasn't
it's ugly.
into it all that much either. Yeah, it's ugly, and it's a kid's Grand Theft Auto.
But not in a fun way. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Like when you drive the ship, you like run into something. It's like, oops,
Yeah.
you're dead now.
Game's really difficult, and it's doesn't checkpoint very well, so it puts you back quite a ways.
It's just a lot of like ugly industrial environments that
Yeah.
aren't.
I feel like Jak 3 would have been more up my alley, but I was so burned out after Jak 2 that I just didn't
Yeah,
get that into it.
I've never played Jak 3.
You got the Mad Max vibes.
Yeah, it looks better than 2 from what I can tell.
Yeah. You shoot a gun
Yeah,
because it's edgy.
yeah. At the same time, I don't think 1 is a great game.
Yeah.
I remember it being really short. Like,
Oh, yeah,
I
it
was
is.
surprised when I finished it. I was like, wait,
Yeah, I 100%ed it in a day, so it's not that hard.
yeah.
It's not that long. Well, this is just fantastic.
Yeah, you don't have to.
I get something out of this, right? I'm already halfway there.
You get an orb.
The lost sunken costs fallacy, sunk cost fallacy. Yeah, that's
Oh,
it.
sure.
Yeah,
I'm an economist. You've already wasted this time. Waste some more.
exactly. You see,
You'd be an idiot not to.
I went to Disneyland, Disney World
Yeah.
in Florida once.
Good call.
And it was it's a couple months ago, actually, pretty recently. Never went before. And so we go, and I have a younger brother who's been there before on like a school trip or something like that. They all went to Florida. And so he's been there before, and he rode this Avatar ride. The Avatar, not the last Airbender, but
I
James
was gonna
Cameron
say.
Avatar.
Okay.
Yeah. And I didn't know that was a Disney property, but I guess they own everything, so
Everything's
why
a
not?
Disney property, yeah.
So there's this Avatar ride where you supposedly ride the flying things that are in the Avatar universe, whatever those are.
Yay.
And he's like, oh, it was so amazing. I don't know how they did it. It's so incredible. Like, I've never done anything like that before in my life. You have to try it. And he told my dad this for like a year before we knew we would end up going to Disney World.
Yeah.
And so he really hyped this thing up for a long time. There was a long build up there. So we get to Disney World. We figure out it's in the Animal Kingdom. So we go to the Animal Kingdom, and then we get to the line, and they're like, it's an expected 3-hour wait. My dad's like, all right, we're doing this. So
God,
I was like, okay.
3-hour wait.
yeah, so we wait in line for about 20 minutes because I just wanted to like make completely sure. Because at first there's like that initial like looking at each other like, are we really going to do this? Like, we can back out now. And then soon it became pretty clear that there wasn't any going back after that. We were
Sure.
we were going to stay in there. And that was after about like 20 minutes. So I got out my phone and started a timer. And then after roughly 2.5 hours, we still had quite a bit of the line to go apparently. But they went over on the intercom, said, hey, the ride is experiencing difficulties. We are operating at significantly less load, but we are going to continue the things going. Your original estimate was not accurate, but we will try and get everyone in here as soon as possible. So we continued waiting, and then my phone said it was 5.5 hours. We were waiting, And then we finally got into the complex because
Yeah.
they want to give you something to look at while you're waiting. So they have like spent a lot of time putting like all this scenery and black lights together and whatnot.
James Cameron's there talking to you and saying,
Yep.
"This is my art."
Yep. They have a budget Sigourney Weaver talking on TVs.
Oh,
That was pretty funny to see. But yeah, I think
worth it.
yeah. And then eventually we're getting to the top, and then my parents are like, "We've been here for too long." Disney World tickets aren't cheap, and we had the
Yeah.
ability to go to any of the parks, and we ended up going to one and waiting in line for a total of 6.5 hours, plus a few minutes because I wasn't like timing the whole thing.
Right.
And we got to the top, we got there, and then we didn't eat the whole time.
Yeah.
Just sitting there waiting in line, and
It's just standing.
yeah,
right?
I had to go to the bathroom real bad for the last
Yeah.
hour. And so I was so happy for it to be done. We got on the ride. It was pretty neat. I mean, is anything going to be worth 6.5 hours of waiting? I think no.
Waking up every morning is worth the 6.5 hours of sleep.
Well said. That's
Yeah.
pretty true. Yeah. So yeah, we went on the Avatar ride. It was pretty neat.
Did you plug your like ponytail into the thing and then
No, the presentation of the whole shtick was pretty good. I mean, they quote unquote interfaced you with a Navi, and they just I was a girl, so they just randomly pick a Navi for you, and then after that happens, you sit on. They take a while to do that. I don't know why. I'm guessing they're getting everyone off the last ride, or everyone
Yep.
off, and then
Yep.
waiting to load everyone else back up. So they do that. They make you stand on these pads, and then they're like, okay, we're making sure to decontaminate you before you go in. And then that takes a while. And then you go in and you put these glasses on, and then you sit on these like plastic or like foam motorcycle things,
I'm with
seats, and then they like strap you in to those. Or no, you're just supposed to hold on tight, I think. Yeah, that was scary. And then apparently
Then it takes off.
the floor drops up to 4 feet below you, so that's kind of scary. And so you just ride this motorcycle thing, and basically like the motorcycle thing has these like air pads on your knees, so it like inflates and deflates to make it seem like the thing's breathing underneath you. And then basically
gross.
this yeah.
Sorry, is there some I think I missed something. Is there some sort of like helmet you're wearing or something?
No,
like
just glasses.
you're just in open glasses.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're going into this like indoor area, and then they bring you into like this chamber, and there's like these 5 motorcycle things in front of you, or like more like 8 or something.
This sounds
So
awful.
You sit on one of them,
Yeah.
and you got these glasses on, and they
Okay.
tell you that the floor is going to drop about 4 feet below you.
Okay.
So if you're afraid of heights, get off now. Yeah, I've waited 5.5 hours. That's going to happen.
Yeah.
And then
4 feet is not a height.
No,
first of
it's
all.
not that bad. Like I would probably hurt my foot a little bit.
Spyro, you
Sure.
So the whole front panel ends up like lifting up, and then there's this ginormous TV that they put in front of you, basically. And it's giant, so like this whole complex is full of these like pods of like 10 motorcycle things. And so you look below you, and that's quite a drop. That's like 20 feet, and there's just people everywhere. And I was like, if there's this many people, why did it take us so long to get in there? But anyway. But yeah, there's this huge TV in front of you, and they're blowing wind in your face, and then it's like feeling like you're going downwards, and then you watch this thing on the TV, and then they spray water at you when you go through the waterfall, and it's
Okay,
over
hold
in
on.
about 8 minutes, and you're done.
Hold on.
Yep.
This is not what I was expecting. You're just in a chair and watching a TV, and they blow air at you?
Yeah, you're sitting on this motorcycle thingy. So like you're straddling it like a motorcycle, like at the arcade games where they've got the little motorcycle things. So you're like
Okay.
straddling it like that.
Okay.
And so you're like laying on top of it.
I don't understand.
That's okay.
This is
You
a
don't
thing
have to.
people do?
Yeah. We waited a very long time in a line for that.
At the same time, what would be the what's your alternative?
What's the alternative?
Like, instead of doing this thing, we're gonna go do.
Yeah, I mean, the Disney parks, they put a lot of time and money into like the whole ambiance and aesthetic of all the parks that they got going on. Like, they put a lot of production value into just what everything looks like around there. So, I mean, just walking around and looking at everything was pretty cool.
Yeah. They terrify me.
Yeah.